Hi, I'm going to show you how to make a poodle Christmas ornament. For your supplies, what you're going to need is Christmas ornaments. Your standard ornament is perfect. You can get smaller ones, but then you have to compensate and get smaller pom-poms. You can get 1-inch pom-poms and 1.5-inch pom-poms. We're going to make a white poodle, so you need white pom-poms and you need black pom-poms for the nose. So you need a 1-inch and a 1/2-inch. You need craft felt. So you need a sheet of felt. Again, we're making a white poodle, so white felt. To cut out the ears, that's a little bit of trick. It's not too much. What you want to do is your ear is roughly going to be 1 inch wide at the top, about 1.5 inches at the bottom, and anywhere between 2 to 2.5 inches long, depending on how big of an ear you want. I like to have a little bit of a curve at the back of the ear, a little narrower at the top. And how I figure out how long my ears need to be is I'll take and I kind of roll it on the ornament, so I want my ear to come about 3/4 of the way down. You know, depending on what you want to do, but this is a good length. It's about 3/4 of the way down the bulb, maybe a little longer. It all depends. So that's your standard fare. So I'll take an ornament, kind of roll it, say I want my ear to be about there. That's how long my ear is going to be, about 1 inch up here. I cut a square and then a rectangle, and then I kind of tweak it a little bit. And I cut out my ears, 2 ears. Take your hot glue, put a little bit of glue on the top of that ear, and then you stick it on the ornament, just like that. So that's the back of my ear. Now I'm going to turn it around and do the other side, but since that's the back of the ear, I'm going to make sure I have 2 backs. And so my ears are facing the same way. And I'm going to line it up so it's equal on the other side. Okay? So far so good. Then I'm going to take my 1-inch pom-poms. I have them all sitting out in a nice little pile. You're going to use about 6 to 7, sometimes 8, it all depends. And I'm going to make a ring of hot glue, and I'm not going to put it really tight to the top of the ornament. I'm going to go maybe a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch around. This is where you got to be speedy. And then I take my 1-inch ornament, or my 1-inch pom-poms, and I just stick them on my ring of hot glue all the way around. That's about it. There's the top of your little ornament. Now you need your googly eyes, or googly eyes, which I forgot is part of what you need. You need googly eyes. I like the ones, the little eyelids, so they don't look like they're on crack. So you take an eye. I think this is probably the hardest part of making these things, getting the eyes off the stickers. Even though they're stickies, I put a little dab of glue on there just because that doesn't mean they're going to stay where you put them. For whatever reason, I do the left eye first. Don't know why. Oops, I got that one a little too. Forget it. Yeah, let's try it over. Turned it into a cyclops. Beauty of hot glue is it likes to peel right off. I made a whole bunch of these one year for my clients, for my special clients, and I probably made 3 dozen of them, handed them out, put them in little brown paper bags with little bows on them, and I gave them out as Christmas presents to my clients. the ones I liked. All right, let's try this again. All right, can we see? So I'm gonna put the eye on. That's about 3/4 of an inch down from the crown, if you want to know where to put it. Grab another eye. Add that eye. Then we're going to take 2 more pom-poms, 2 more of your 1-inch poms for the mustache. Add your glue. And you want to place these pretty close underneath your eyes. I added too much glue there. Nobody will know. Then you take your 1/2-inch poms, the black ones, and you have your nose. And then to finish it off, everybody has bows laying around that the elastic is busted off, but you don't want to chuck them. That's a perfect solution to use up those bows. Okay, you don't want to throw them away, but they don't have an elastic binder on them. So take a bow, hot glue it on, and you have your poodle ornament. Very simple. So I have 1 white poodle ornament. This was used with a smaller ornament. This is your standard 2.5 inch. This is a, what is this one? Like a 2 and 2.3 inch ornament. So it's a little smaller, but it's the same thing. Or we found black ornaments at Hobby Lobby, and I used a shiny button for the nose. Otherwise you can't see them. And then you can also take and make a kitty cat. And all I used for the whiskers was fishing line, which is very simple. So you can take and turn it into a kitty cat or a prick-eared breed or something, whatever you want to do. I had a pink paint marker that I used on the inside of the ears. I'm going to show you how to make the prick ears quick. They're very simple. All you do is you take a rectangle of felt. This one is what? About 2 inches long. Cut it at a diagonal. So you want the ear to stand up. So what you're going to do is you're going to fold it in upon itself a little bit. Just kind of take that base. It's got to go on a curved surface. That's why you have an angle. And you fold it in upon itself, kind of like that. And then you can pucker her up if you want, make it a little bit more. And then you're going to have your little zigzag in there. Take your hot glue, put a little dab here, a little dab there, inside your Z, and burn your fingers while you hold that quick. Till that glue sets. And while it's setting, you can fiddle around with it to make your ear kind of tuck in. You see that? See it's curving around? Then you take your white ornament. And I kind of dry fit and say, okay, that's going to work, or that's not going to work. And then at this point, you can take your little marker, add a little pink to the ear. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make the cat. Okay, remember we folded our ears. I added some pink paint for the inside of our ears. You can make these into bunnies with big long ears, floppy ears, whatever you want to do. Again, your little bead of hot glue. I'm just going to put it on the bottom, and I'm going to put my kitty ear up on the top of the ornament. I'm going to tuck it in a little bit while it dries. Going to repeat to the other side. Make sure you get your ears the same length, they're the same width. That can be a little difficult. Like I said, I like to dry fit, so I'm going to curve that around a little bit. And then I'm going to stick that ear on. Hot. And tuck it in a little bit. Now I'm going to take my gooey eyes. I forgot the eyes. Ideally, I'd use a 1/2 inch pom-pom on these, but I don't have a 1/2 inch white pom-pom. So I'm going to use the 1 inch pom-poms and see what we get. You want to add your kitty eyes. They go a little higher up than the poodles. You can get any of this stuff at any of the craft stores, you know, any place that has pom-poms. And sometimes you can get pom-poms on a string and then you just wrap it around. That's easy. But can't get much easier than this. We've got our eyes. We're going to add our little mush nose. Put a dab of glue, again, put that underneath. Another dab of glue. I got a pink button for the nose. And again, we're going to use fishing line for our whiskers. But I got the sparkly button I'm going to stick on there for a nose. He's looking a little bit like a rabbit, but no, shh, don't say anything. I'm going to turn this sideways. And I'm going to tuck it down underneath a little bit. See, the smaller pom-poms did not make it look so much like a rabbit. Now to attach the whiskers, that's actually kind of easy. I just took fishing line about 1.5 inches long. I'm going to take my fishing line. All I'm going to do is kind of just stick it in my glue gun quick. Add a little dab of glue. And then I'm going to stick it underneath my pom-pom. So, but you know, you can make it whatever you want, do whatever you want. Play around. We made a Griffey one year. And we used, for the beard, we used yarn. And we can just snip our whiskers. And again, we got these bows that keep laying around that nobody, you have broken elastic. I got a kitty cat that looks like a rabbit. So we have our poodle. Again, very easy to do. We have kitty cats. Black poodles, poodle. And the little black kitty. I think the black kitty turned out good. That's it. That's how you make our little Christmas poodle ornaments. Thanks.